Welcome to Jerusalem. It's Sukkot, the Feast of the Tabernacles. This time it's going to be a Christian video, mainly because Jesus was here in Jerusalem at that time. And this is such an important thing, mainly because it's an unknown holiday for Christians. Christians know, for example, the Passover holiday and Pentecost, which is Shavuot. But guys, John chapter 7 is all about another feast. Then in that case, it's such an important place. It's such an important thing. In that feast, the Bible told us to live in the Sukkot, in the booth, and in the tabernacles. And here it is. The last video of mine was about institutes, centers, city halls, Sukkot, but this is a private one. Every family will have their own booth, and some of them will actually live there, sleep there, and will eat there, just like God told the Jews to do for 7 days. And again, it's a biblical thing. Now let's move to chapter 7 of John. Jesus goes to the festival of the Tabernacles. After this, Jesus went around in Galilee. Guys, this is the chapter 7, and this is the last time that we will hear about the Galilee area. That's why, if it's okay by you, I didn't start the tour at Nazareth. I started it in Jerusalem. And you can see the Sukkah, and there's a bed there. Remember, people are sleeping there. I don't want to enter to the private places, although I must say that one of the customs is to visit the Sukkot. It doesn't matter if the walls will be built with cement. It's funny, it's supposed to be temporary. Then you can see that it's made of wood, and not only. But what is important is that the roof will be made from organic thing, and it's supposed to be under the sky. For example, if I will build a sukkah here, it will be not legal. It's not legal. We are now at the Jewish quarter of Jerusalem. You will recognize it with the Sukkot, but it's the old city of Jerusalem, and what you can see is new buildings. In 1948, Jerusalem was supposed to be owned by United Nations, not by Israel, not by Palestine, but it's been occupied by the Jordanians, and they occupied future Arab Palestine as well. Then until 1967, there was no Palestine, and Jerusalem was under control of or occupation of the Jordanians. In 1967, the Jews came back, and they built a new Jewish quarter because the Jordanians destroyed the old one. Then here, for example, you can see a little bit of old, but above it, it's totally new, and again, more Sukkot. You can see now the roof. Then in that case, now we know that chapter 7 was the last time that Jesus visited the Galilee area. Let's continue with that. It did not want to go about in Judea because the Jewish leaders. It's a little bit difficult because the Greek version mentioned the Jewish leaders, and later on they actually blame all the Jews. Then John was for so many years with the word Jews without the leaders. And then they went back to reality and added the Jewish leaders into it. And the word Jewish leaders, Jewish, was mentioned in John more than any other evangelion. And what about the Jewish leaders? They were looking for a way to kill him. Oh, so dramatic. But when the Jewish festivals of Tabernacles, guys, we are reaching the Sukkot holiday. Then, when the festival of the Tabernacles was near, about that, remember the Jewish tabernacles, it means that that tax wasn't actually written for the Jews, because the Jews know what is a tabernacle, so the daily feast, but it was written for the non-Jewish community. And in John it's very important because you will see that chapter 7 is mostly about what will happen later on. What we are going to do now, we are going to the area of the Western Wall, the Wailing Wall, together with hundreds and thousands of Jews. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to read the Bible, but I will try to do that as much as I can. Charity, boxes. That's about Jewish women that been married to Arabs, to the Muslims, and that organization is trying to help those families and to bring back those women into their houses. I didn't talk about it, but that's the end. I mean, beneath that building, it's an amazing museum, and it's the wall, the theological museum. In Hebrew, Muzeon wall la'archeologia, the Herodian quarter, Arova Herodiani, and that's for the guy who asked me to to read some science in Hebrew, because he's now studying it, and I will try to help you as much as I can. And then in that case, it's a very important place because this is the upper city of Jerusalem, and the high priest or the priest families lived in that place. It will be difficult. I don't know why they blocked it from us to see the western wall from here. But I will take you on a kind of a run tour to show you a little bit of it. You can see the corner of the two walls, southern wall of the temple, where's my finger, and the western wall of the temple that King Herod built because he wanted to build a major temple on top of the foundation stone, the Holy of the Holy. I'm not sure that you will be able to see. Yes. You can see a little bit of that golden dome, which is now a Muslim dome. But at the time of Jesus, that was the Jewish temple, second temple, which was between 2 to 3 times higher and bigger than the temple of today. Just for the information, according to the Muslims, Muhammad reached Al-Aqsa and went to the foundation stone, which is the Holy of the Holy for the Jews, ascended into heaven and met God himself. Then let me take you a little bit through the Jewish quarter, through Crusader Church. You see the remains of that church. to another viewpoint. And I think you will be able to see better the Jewish temple. We can actually build it. The problem is that I cannot enter with the Bible, any kind of Bible except the Muslim Bible, into the Temple Mount, if they will let me enter. Then I printed it, but I'm not sure that I can actually read it. They won't let me read it. I'm talking about the Muslims. It's a strange rule, if you ask me, but that's life now. Then you can see their Jewish quarter, and a lot. Every man will have his own 4 species. It's a beautiful place, isn't it? But actually the viewpoint is from there. Then let me follow them. I think it was Math that asked me to climb up to the roof to take a video of the view from Esha Torah. Remember you saw the model of the temple there, but as you can see, it's closed now. I will try to do that just after the holiday, the Sukkot holiday. Let's continue with the Bible, Deuteronomy 16, and let's talk a little bit about the Festival of Tabernacles. But I need a little bit of light from here. We are reaching the viewpoint. The Bible actually tells us that from 13, celebrate the Festival of Tabernacles for 7 days after you have gathered all the last harvest things, which is now like, for example, grapes. But what is beautiful to see, and look how beautiful it is, he saying, be joyful at your festival. You, your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, and the Levites, and listen carefully, the foreigners, the fatherless, and the widows who live in your town. For 7 days, celebrate the festival to the Lord your God at the place the Lord will choose. And that was written when they'd been in the desert, and now we know that he chose Jerusalem, of course. But the daytime wasn't mentioned. For the Lord your God will bless you in all harvests and in all work of your hands, and your joy will be completed. Then this is a very important message, because most of the holidays and the Jews are about bad things that happen to the Jews, and this is something about good things. But before we will continue, first of all, I want you to see how many people are there, and we will talk about why Sukkot is such an important holiday for the Jews. But I think you can actually see that. The women's section is to the right, the men's section is to the left, and you can see the wall. When King Herod built the Jewish temple, he wanted to build something big, and he built a plaza, artificial plaza, that we call it the Temple Mount. And you can see the western wall of the plaza. Before that, you saw the southern wall, at least the corner of it. And on top of the Holy of the Holy, he built the Jewish temple, which was quite big. In it, you could find the Ark of the Tabernacle. Down, in that case, here it is. I do have, I must say that I have lots of information about it, but I want to talk about the Christian holiday of Sukkot, and there's so many things to talk about. Now, this is quite important. 16. 3 times a year, all of your men must appear before the Lord your God. Then they must climb up to Jerusalem. The festival of the unleavened bread, we know it as Sukkot, Passover, the festival of the weeks, Shavuot in Hebrew, Pentecost for the Christians, and the festival of the Tabernacles. Then in those Shlosha Regalim, the Jewish feast, every Jew must be in the city. That's why, for example, you could see a lot of Jews praying here. Yesterday I've been here as well to take a video of the priestly, priestly blessing. Then you could see at least, I don't know, 30,000-40,000 people at the same place at the same time, but what you saw now is not less than that. And we are going to be there. We are going to be there. No one should appear before the Lord empty-handed. Each of you must bring a gift. Then, if you want God to bless you, you must do that. In the book of the Leviticus 23, we can read about the Lord saying to Moses, saying to the Israelites, on the 15th day of the 7th month of the Lord's Festival of Tabernacles begins. Right? Now, Tishrei, it's the first month of the year now, but at the time of the Bible, the time of Jesus, was the 7th month of the year. But now we do have a special date. For that, God didn't tell us exactly the date of the holiday, and this is the holiday of Tishrei. And in that case, Sukkot is held in that. And let me continue with that. The first day is a secret assembly. It's like Shabbat-like. You cannot work, no electricity, no cars, almost like Shabbat. Do not regular work. For 7 days, present food offering to the Lord, and the 8th day, wait, we just talked about 7 days. Now we know about 8th day. We do have another day, and all the secret assembly, again, Shabbat-like, and a present food offering to the Lord. It is the closing special ceremony, do not regular work. Now, from the 4th century, the Christians themselves, when they are celebrating very important holidays, like Easter or the Nativity of Jesus, Christmas, they're serving it, or celebrating it for 8 days. 8 days. Now, this is the entrance to the Muslim Temple Mount. Sadly, Jews cannot enter through there because the Muslims didn't let them do that. But what I see there, and you know what? You know that some of the Jews are walking to the entrance. And you know what? Let me follow them. I'm not sure that they actually can enter, but they can pray next to it. Usually even that place is not allowed for them, but who am I to say no if I see people walking that way? See the barriers? Usually from here you cannot enter, but as I can see, people are walking through here. This is one of the entrances for Muslims only. A lot of the Jews are not allowed to visit the Temple Mount, mainly because they don't know exactly where the temple was and the Holy of the Holy. They don't want to stand there because only the high priest can enter the Holy of the Holy, which is once a year at the day of Yom Kippur. But it's so funny or strange to see them praying here. And again, you know, if a gate is open, who am I to say no to it? And I can see that it's looks like it's allowed, because they are not entering into the Temple Mount. We are very close to the Holy of the Holy, very close. All right, we got it. Let's go back through the west wall. What is important to read is that at 42, Leviticus 23:42, they are talking about the tabernacles. Live in temporary shelters for 7 days. Live there for 7 days, temporary shelters, and in a way that where Sukkot is a shelter, all native born Israelites are to leave such shelters. All native born Israelites, and he was one of them. But it is a problem because on one hand you must visit Jerusalem, on the other hand you must live in the Sukkot, in that temporary booth. Look at that border towns. Men and women are equal in Israel. Then maybe the ceremony represents the times of the destruction of the temple, because after the destruction of the temple, it's not a must to visit Jerusalem. The temple is not there, the house of God is not there. And I must tell you something, the house of God is different than a church. Every church is the house of God. True. But for the Jews, the house of God is there. Remember the Dome of the Rock? This is the house of God. And you can see the four species with those three cities. And we will enter to the temple, to the western wall. I cannot, we will go through a barrier. I cannot take a video there. Then I will stop it soon, but you won't feel it. You can see that it gives the policeman to bless the four species. Oh, and this is important because he will actually say, yeah, see the oak is facing to every place, to the right, to the north, to the south, up, down, represent the universe.
Right? I told you this with Mom at the email. He said he was going to, but he couldn't allow.
And he will shout, Oshana, Oshana. He knows it as Hosanna, Hosanna. And I mean, the minute you saw the lulav, the palm branches, I think you actually started to shout, hey, it's Palm Sunday. That's what the Jews did when Jesus entered to Jerusalem as a Messiah. Well, you're right. But the Jews are doing it at the Feast of the Tabernacles. Tabernacles, Feast of Sukkot. This is the barrier. And you will see me just after that. See you in my next part of. We just reached the plaza of the Western Wall, and you can see that there are many people, but not as many as it used to be before. There's so many kinds of Jews. You can see there. Skin color is not. It's not a race, but I want you to see something that I love, and this is the Ethiopian Jews who are celebrating the umbrellas and the drums. And let me show it to you. But until we will reach there, we just started the chapter. Jesus' brothers said to him, leave Galilee and go to Judea, so that your disciples there may see the works you do. John mentioned, and he's not the only one who mentioned, brothers and sisters of Jesus. Biological, not biological, spiritual, just neighbors next to it. I don't know, it's a kind of a riddle, an enigma. You can actually tell me whatever you feel about it, but we know that it's not the disciples, because he actually tells that the brothers and sisters talks about the disciples in the chapter. No one wants to become a public figure, acts in secret, they say. Since you are doing these things, show yourself to the world. For even his own brothers did not believe in him. Jesus didn't like those people, and they didn't like him, I must say. And the more were just more like enemies than his best friends. But Jesus didn't work in a secret thing. It's not a good society, I mean, sadly. Then you can see the Ethiopians chanting. This is so beautiful. Beautiful, isn't it? We are back with Jesus' brothers, and they told him to go to the Feast of the Tabernacles. Now you know that every Jew must be there, and Jesus was a Jew. Then in that case, he said to them, therefore Jesus told them, my time is not yet here, for you any time will do. Remember that I mentioned that John actually tells us that about his time, which is not his time. He actually mentioned it in Cana when he told his mother, woman, I'm not ready yet. It's not my time. And we know that his time will be the crucifixion. The world cannot hate you, he told them, but it hates me because I testify that its works are evil. Now we know the duty of Jesus to change, to show them the differences. You go to the festival. I am not going up this festival because my time has not yet fully come. Again, is telling them that they won't see him when the time will come, but this is not his time. You can see the Ethiopians community. I must tell you that I feel lucky. I know that I'm lucky to live in Israel. I can visit the most important Christians' holidays, the most important Jewish holidays, and a little bit of the Muslims' holidays as well, although Muslims are not allowing non-Muslims to enter to their mosque. There are few places that we can enter, but most of them it's close to us. Let's continue. After he had said this, he stayed in the Galilee. However, after his brothers had left for the festival, they left to Jerusalem. He went also not publicly, but in secret. He's not afraid of his disciples. He is afraid from his brothers, and not only to his brother. I mean, John likes to talk about the secret things, darkness, light, death, life. Now at the festival, the Jewish leaders were watching for Jesus and asking, where is he? I must tell you something. That used to be a street at the time of Jesus. Everything was inside the Temple Mount. Sadly, the Jews cannot enter the Temple Mount now because it's a Muslim place. Then the western wall is kind of the temple, and but it's not the Holy of the Holies. Oh, listen to them singing. Remember the joy of the festival? I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to reach the western wall. Display the blessing of the four species. It's one of many videos of Sukkot. Two reasons why I'm taking a lot of it. First of all, I love the pictures. Secondly, and you will actually see too, there's kind of the holidays start with Shabbat light, remember? But in between, it's like holiday weekdays. And in holiday weekdays, you can do everything. You can travel, you can take videos. Then in that case, I should take a video of it. It's amazing, isn't it? And everything that I'm talking about now is supposed to be in the temple area, but remember, although I printed it, the Muslims probably won't let me use it. Just to show you that the women are here as well, because this is one of the most popular questions. Where are the women in Judaism? Not all of them. There are there's kind of a separation between men and women. You can see that this is Monday. Monday we are reading the Torah. And it's important for us as Christians because Jesus read the Torah and taught the Torah. In the temple. Then you saw the women's section as well. Yeah, I'm sure that you heard about Jerusalem syndrome, about people that Jerusalem turned their life upside down, and although they live in Tel Aviv, they are visiting Jerusalem almost every day. Well, I'm that one. I'm a sick person. I like to visit Jerusalem, and I feel lucky. Remember the women's section? Now we can actually see it again. I hope it's not a long video for you. You know what? At the end of the video, just wrote me. I reach, I don't know how many minutes it will be. I reached, let's say, 48 minutes. And I will know that you are special. Remember, we actually stopped when we talked about the Jewish leaders. Where is Eve? Is there a connection between the brothers of Jesus and him? And the leaders? I'm not sure. It's a collective, and I don't know who they are according to the chapter. It can be anyone from the leaders, Sanhedrin, Pharisees, Tzaddikists, whatever you want. It can be, and his brothers, as you know as well. Among the crowd, there was widespread whispering about him. Some said he is a good man. Others replied, no, this is the people. Guys, those two huge groups were a group of Jews as well. For some of them, he was wonderful, an enigma. For some of them, he was against everything. We are going out of the West Mall Plaza, and I don't know if you will be able to enter to the Temple Mount as well. Can be a big group there. A lot of them are Israelis because we don't have tourists, and many of them are a little bit fundamentalist, and I'm not one of them. The wall tells us a story. Remember, it's a wartime, and most of the stickers here are about people, soldiers, who've been killed in the war. It's kind of a remember wall. I couldn't take a picture of it. You can see that they're checking each person that enter. Let's try to enter the Temple Mount. Let me see if we can. Before that, I want you to see a street from his time. Yes, I think it's going to be easy. You can see the street from his time, 1st century street. And the destruction. See the stones there? Part of the destruction of the temple. And part of the bridges look like shops. And remember that when he entered the city, he pulled them away. Then they will check me. I cannot take a video of it. I will meet you later on. In the regular time, when I'm climbing up to the Temple Mount, I'm doing it alone. But because of the holiday, it's more sensitive. You can see a lot of religious Jews here. And remember, they are not supposed to pray, and they will. And then I will be followed by the police. This time I cannot play by myself. But what I want you to see then, we saw Al-Aqsa Mosque, but this is the Holy of the Holy. That's where the Jewish temple was. And it's called the Dome of the Rock. And this is the foundation stone. According to tradition, this is the house of God. And high priest used to enter there once a year in the Day of Atonement. You can see here beautifully the walls. This is the southern wall and the western wall. This is the plaza, but the western wall is much longer. The northern wall, the Antonia, was there, and the eastern wall, and the Holy of the Holy was right here. Mount of Olives is there. That picture shows you the Golden Gate and the eastern wall, that wall. This is the Golden Gate. And I'm just waiting for the group to start their mission at the Temple Mount. Let me show you one thing, because I do have time. You can see the model of the temple in front of you. You can see the model of the temple, and the Holy of the Holy is right there. Sorry. Although it's in Hebrew, there are 22 points here that tells us about the Jewish temple. For example, you already know that the temple is here. You can see the Dome of the Rock. 17 is one of the floors of the Ezra, which is right there. And remember, Sukkot, it's all about celebration. Then the Jews, sadly, I won't be able to stand here because that's where Jesus was standing. They will force me to walk around it, that no one will touch it. Now you can see that they are walking without shoes, and as I believe, they went to the mikveh, to the Jewish ritual bath, to purify their body before they climb. Look how beautiful it is. You know what? I didn't mean to do that, but it's beautiful. Bow to God in the holy side, Yerushalayim, Jerusalem.
בארץ מצרים והשתחוו לשם להר הקודש והשתחוו לשם להר הקודש והשתחוו לשם להר הקודש והשתחוו לשם
Holy mountain in Jerusalem, Well, I'm climbing the ugly bridge that will let me enter to the Temple Mount, Al-Aqsa, Ram al-Sharif, you can call it whatever you want. I prefer to call it the Temple Mount. You can see the Western Wall that we just visited. עד מתי פתוח היום? עד 11? עד 11 פתוח? עד 11 פתוח?
עד 11.
עד 11. אז יש לי איזה חצי שעה. אני רק לא, הוא לבד. התיירים, אף אחד לא מגיע לארץ. I'm talking about the place is open until 11, and it's funny to see that I'm a tour guide without tourists. But it's actually sadly not funny. Then the first thing that you will see here are the Israeli police. And actually you saw it before. And that if something bad will happen. And behind the gate is the WAC, the Muslim police, which is right there. You can see to the right, you can see the WAC. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Then I'm alone. I can do it by myself. A lot of so many evidence from the Second Temple time, from the time of King Herod. Remember, we cannot enter to Muslims' holy sites. Then we cannot enter to the Al-Aqsa Mosque that you see in front of you. We won't be able to enter to the Dome of the Rock to see the foundation stone. I'm a little bit afraid to take out the notes, although the soldiers, the policemen actually checked it and they said you can actually enter with it. You can see a group of tourists. It looks like Israeli tourists. Why I'm not guiding Israelis? I don't know. I think the mission that I got is to guide mostly Christians. And I love it. One day he will come. One day. It's beautiful. Now, if you're talking about Jesus, then let me show you from the outside something. But let me see who's the tour guide. Maybe I know him. No, I don't know him. Look how beautiful it is. Now, can you see the stairs? That's where I believe that Jesus was standing because and preaching. Remember the symbol of everyone. This is Akhel. We are still doing it. And I'm afraid to take out the printed Bible that I did. But I think the Bible told us that once in 7 years, you must leave the ground like that. No agriculture. You're not planting. You're not harvesting. You're letting the land to heal itself. Until today, it's called Shnat Shemitah. And what is important is that in Shnat Shemitah, because you cannot bring something to God, then the thing that you can do is to study the Torah and to preach. And that's what Jesus did. Can you see the connection? Then now we know that if it's true, now we know that it was one in Shnat Shemitah. Another important thing, that corner is the eastern and southern corner of the temple, and maybe that's where Jesus was tried by the devil, because we know that he was tried by the devil. According to ancient Byzantine, I know that not all the Christians like ancient stories are not part of the Bible. That was the cradle. When Jesus came to here for the first time, this is the Bible, my friend, it was for the for a special ceremony when he did have the firstborn son, and this is the presentation at the temple. You must bring something to the temple. Then he was here when he was around 40 days. Mary couldn't enter immediately after the birth. She had to purify the body. Then it's, let's say, 40 days from his birth. Then he entered the temple, and I believe that, actually not I believe, the temple was there. The Holy of the Holy was there, then the temple was here, and he was blessed. And remember, Saint Simon told her, your son will die in front of your eyes. It will be like a spear entering into your heart. Now, Jesus was here 3 times a year, according to the Bible, but actually he was here more than that. For example, we are talking about chapter 7, but and it actually ends when everyone goes to their houses. But chapter 8, the first 11 sentences is about Jesus entered to the temple again. Remember, with the story of the woman that almost been stoned. Then the entrance was from here. If you remember my videos, there's kind of 3 gates, block gates. They enter from the ground to here. Then Jesus came to here to talk. If it was right here, right there, I don't know. But he climbed the stairs, and then he could preach. The people, he assembled everyone, and then he started to talk about something that not connected to the Bible. He talked about Moses and Jesus, Moses is a great man, but he made some mistakes. I'm getting there. All the source from straight from my father. But the assembling of the people was somewhere here, and because he entered to the temple from there, from that side, I'm sure that it was here. I want to show you one of the stairs that are from the time of Jesus, from the time of the second temple. And in a way, here there's supposed to be a fence that won't let the non-Jews to enter to the Holy of the Holy, or the area of the temple, the structure that you saw at the model. Then somewhere here there's a fence, but we can go, we will enter now. I'm always actually kidding and saying maybe that was part of the fence, and there was signs in Latin and Greek, the most well-known languages, not even in Hebrew, because if you speak Hebrew, you probably are a Jew. And we found so many of them. Oh, look how beautiful the sky is. Then, here is one of the stairs. And the Holy of the Holy is somewhere there. I believe that it was beneath the Dome of the Rock. Then we are now assembling the people. And that was at the mid of the holiday. And remember, the mid of the holiday, it's like a regular, almost like a regular days. Then you can walk, you can talk, you can work. Probably better not to. And he was talking about it. And then he mentioned, and this is important, I'm so sad that I cannot read it. I'm a little bit afraid to do that. Maybe I will do that in more like a secret place, although they can see I can see everyone here. He mentioned the living water. And this is very important, because every day they used to put in the altar wine. They used to spread wine. But in Sukkot, they added water. And it's called Simchat Bet HaShoava. The water came from the pool of Siloam, which is, let's say, 1,000 feet from here, down the valley, the pool of Siloam, city of David. And they used to bring it to here and to spread it on the altar. For me, every time that I hear about water and and wine, oh, look how beautiful it is. Beautiful structure, I must say. I know that some of you will be angry at me that I'm saying beautiful, but it is beautiful. Yes, it's supposed to be the Jewish temple. No, it's now not part of it. Ksidal city. The two domes there are the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, but for some of you, it's the Garden Tomb, which is outside the walls. I'm trying to see if I can see something from here. I'm not sure. Then, for example, the Jews that you saw, the one that enter, cannot reach here, because that was the temple area. But we can. And as you can see, they, at the end, and he knows me. He was surprised to know that I'm alone, but he gave me permission to visit it without any guard. Then the policemen are not with me. Then the Garden Tomb, it's difficult to see it from here, but it's not so far away from the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I'm trying to see, looking for... No, sorry, I cannot see it from here. You can see Mount of Olives. And when Jesus left the city, he went back to Mount of Olives. According to tradition, can you see the tower there? This is the ascension area. Then Jesus ascended into heaven, but promised us to come back, maybe from the same spot. I don't know if you can hear the Jews praying there. Let me go to that area and to see if I will be able to take a video of them. Neither the police want me to do that, and the religious people as well. They don't want me to take a video of it. I don't know what's happening some there. Looks like, I don't know. Then living water. It's actually, Jesus said, if you will believe in me, you won't be thirsty, and you won't be you will have no reason to come to the temple, because I am the temple. And as you know, every church is a temple. We will send them down to Golden Gate. You can see the policemen are here. According to what we believe, when Jesus will come back again, you might enter from here. You can see the Waqf guy, the Muslim police. Two more stairs. They will come here, then I will wait for them here, but let me show you the Golden Gate. It, especially from the other side, it reminds us the gates of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Today they are using it as a women mosque, if I'm not wrong, mainly because they wanted to build a synagogue above. You can see the olive trees. You can hear the group of the Jews that I was supposed to be with them singing, which is beautiful as well. I don't know what is good and wrong. I mean, that was the Jewish temple. Can they sing here? Can they dance here? Why not? But it's against Muslim law here, and it's kind of a dilemma. Please tell me, what do you think? Can everyone worship God everywhere, especially in that amazing place, or not? You can see that they are lying down there, here as well. Then please tell me, what do you think? I think that everyone can worship God in every place, not only here. He's a new friend of mine. He's a tour guide as well. Now, because they cannot pray loudly, they are doing it quietly. And as you can see, race, it's not the same thing. I mean, color is different, and this is the Jewish way. You don't need to be white, black, or brown. You can be whatever you want. Adonai, God, is the Lord. They're stopping them because it looks like they actually, to pray there it was okay, but to pray here it's not possible. And they're warning them. And you thought it's going to be a regular video of Well, as you can see, it's not a regular video. And he said, when I will ask you to stop praying, you will stop praying. The policeman tells them, don't shout at me. Again, it is a kind of a problem. As you can see, they're taking a video of them as well, because if something will happen, they do have evidence for it. I don't know if you noticed the women, the soldiers went with a kind of a GoPro camera, and they took a video of everything. You can see the Waqf people. And if you remember, they separated the groups into a few. Then now I think you know how sensitive it can be. Let's go. They already harvested the olive tree, and I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to Garden of Gethsemane to see if they harvesting the olive tree. And you know what? I can do that. Another thing that's important to remember is Zechariah 14. Zechariah 14 is important because of Jesus as well. But before that, if I remember correctly, John 7, he told the Jews, you won't see the place that I'm going to. And they say, all right, is leaving Israel and going to Greece, to tell it to the Greece? Why it's a little bit strange, because Judaism is not a missionary. You cannot actually convert non-Jews to Judaism. It's almost impossible. Almost impossible. Then they were laughing at him. Oh, well, we won't see him because he will go to Greece. He will buy a ticket to fly to Greece, to Crete, whatever. And what he will do there. But what he meant is that, and now I'm going back to Zechariah 14. He said, actually Zechariah 14 mentioned that all nations will worship God at the Feast of the Tabernacle, Feast of the Sukkot. Then in that case, it's such an important issue. Now I will leave the city from the temple from there. You saw the Temple Mount. You got the message. I think God actually says something bad about nations that won't listen to God, and the Feast of Sukkot, Tabernacles, is not only a Jewish thing. All nations must worship and visit Sukkot. If they won't come to that Feast of Sukkot, bad thing will happen to them. But what will happen to their body? We're talking about no rain. Then in that case, when they said he will go to the Greek, yes. I mean, John actually tells us that soon Christianity won't be only for the Jews, it will be for all over. And the Feast of Sukkot is part of it. Now I'm living from the Asbat gate, which is the Shevet, the tribes gate. At his time, the Antonia was there. That is where King Herod could see what's happening. And as you can see, those two were kicked out, actually three, from here. He's going backward. No, because he don't want to show the house of God is that side. And now it's going to be, might be a little bit tough. we are not part of them. We are going that way. Oh, all right. Then what can I say? What can I say? I don't want to say anything. But now I can actually take the Bible out. Not the Bible. I didn't bring a Bible. I couldn't enter with the Bible. But the thing that I was reading then, and what I want you to say, and maybe I'm wrong, the speech about what to do on Shabbat, and that part of chapter 7 reminds me that Shabbat was mentioned here too. When Bethesda, remember he cured a guy that couldn't enter to the pools of Bethesda? It was right there. Then some actually believes that everything that he talked about, Moses, Shabbat, and the rest was actually part of that chapter. But John added it into chapter 7. This is the Bethesda entrance, and do have a lot of videos of it as well. But I don't know why I feel that I must take you to visit the Garden of Gethsemane just to see if they are harvesting the olive trees. Outside the walls of the city, you can see the Lion's Gate. I'm still with you. We came up together from the temple, and Deuteronomy 31:10. And Moses commanded them at the end of every 7 years, in the year of canceling the bats, which is good, during the festival of Tabernacles, when all Israel comes to appear before the Lord your God at the place he will choose, you shall read the law before them in their hearing. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and foreigners, and everyone that. I think that was Jesus meant when he actually talked about the law and gives them is in a way of the Bible. And if you remember Zechariah, then we are still at John 7:34. You will look for me, but you will not find me, and where I am, you cannot come. The Jews said to one another, where does this man intend to go that we cannot find him? Will he go where our people live, scattered among the Greeks, and teach the Greek? Cannot do that. Remember, it's not a missionary way. When did he mean when he said, you will look for me, but you will not find me, and where I am, you cannot come? And that actually takes you to Zechariah 14. Then the survivors from all nations that have attacked Jerusalem will go up here after here to worship. Wait a minute, to worship. Oh, wait a minute. King, the Lord Almighty, and celebrate the festival of Tabernacles, of Sukkot, Tabernacles. This is the plug which, I love it, with which the Lord will strike all nations that fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh will be rot from while they are still standing. Oh gosh. If any of the people, 17, if any of the people on the earth do not go up to Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord Almighty, they will have no rain. If the Egyptian people do not go up to take part, they will have no rain. The Lord will bring on them the plague and inflicts on, listen carefully, the nations that did not go up to celebrate the festival of the Tabernacles. Can you understand how important it is? It's not only a Jewish festival now. It belongs to the world. And it's not Easter. And it's not Pentecost. It's even, I don't want to say more important, but it is important, and you didn't think about it. When you read about that feast in John 7, it was just, all right, a time and a place, but not more than that. Then we are heading out to the Kidron Valley, that according to Zechariah, according to other prophets, the last war, or the war between God and the other nations, will be right there at the Kidron Valley. All right, let's cross there is a connection to everything. On the last and greatest day of the festival, and remember, 8 days, Jesus stood and said in a loud voice, "Let anyone who is thirsty come to me and drink." You don't need a temple anymore. I am the temple. That's what Jesus actually told us. Whoever believes in the scripture, he said, rivers of living water. And I'm sure that every Christian knows it. There's so many Protestant churches like in that name, so many products with the living water. And rivers of living water will flow from within them. Endless water. Just trust me. Just believe in me. By this he meant the Spirit, whom those who believed in him were later to receive. Up to that time, the Spirit had not been given, since Jesus had not yet been glorified. God, there's so many things here. The Holy Spirit will come soon. Pentecost. Jesus is still alive. And the idea is that not yet being glorified. Crucifixion and death are the opposite, but not in Jesus' story. To be glorified by Jesus, to be martyred, to be crucified, and soon it will happen. Soon it will happen. Then the water is considered to be the Holy Spirit. The Trinity, we're talking about God, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I hope that you are not killing me, because this is my interpretation. That's what I'm reading, and that's what I understand from there. And in front of you can see, first of all, Mount of Olives. In front of you can see the most important trees, or olive trees. And I wonder if they're harvesting or not. But I don't know why I feel that I must visit. And I'm visiting. Chag Sameach. Wait. Let me come to you. Don't go. But I need to know what it is. No, just a moment. All right, I'm killing myself just to see what it is. All right, it's a big flag. I can see a lion, and can see the. I can see the.
Are you from here?
I'm from Tel Aviv.
Ah, okay. I'm Yeshua. Hi.
All right, and I'm talking about Jesus now, and
Yeshua.
yeah, Yeshua, of course. I'm actually talking about John 7. Feast. Yeah, very good. Then tell me about it.
Well, I have to actually meet somebody. There's nothing much to say. If you read Hit Galut.
Hit Galut.
Okay, Hit Galut.
Yeah.
And look what it says.
That's what I didn't see.
Yeah. One of the elders that sits in the throne of God Almighty. One of the 24 elders.
All right, then.
Says, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Yehudah has overcome. The root of David has conquered, so that he can open the 7 seals, the 7 scrolls.
And now I will reaching the area of the Jesus said, come on, Messiah cannot come from Nazareth. He must come from Bethlehem or Jerusalem.
No, time out. Yeshua was born in Bethlehem.
I know, but they
was raised.
They didn't know it.
Oh wow! Oh yes. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Spread the good news. Share your testimony with strangers. Seriously.
That's what I'm doing.
Remember, that's the greatest commandment. He says, "Go out, make disciples." Don't make converts.
You see, it was
do not make converts. We have enough of this converts out in the world. Make disciples. Do not make converts.
It was worth it. It was worth it waiting for me. Amen. Bye bye.
God bless you.
God bless you too. And I'm actually reaching it. I'm reaching it. And we talked about the idea of water at Sukkot. Then when Jesus talked about the living water, every Jew that's been there understood what he's saying, because that was only for Sukkot. And let me just cross that not easy road to cross, and I'm doing it. And that and the idea of the water is called Simchat Bet Ashohava. And this is a nice salesman, but a friend of mine. B'Shalomcha. And he's a Palestinian guy, and I'm not. And guess what? The war between Israel is not between Palestine and Israel. Sadly, the terrorists are in Palestine, but not only, in Lebanon as well. Remember the idea of spreading water in the altar? It was only then, and it was a feast. An amazing feast that people were singing all the way from the pool of Siloam until they reach. There's a smell of food, and I didn't even eat. I'm talking about water and wine. Oh no, they're not harvesting. They already did it. You can see the sack full of olive. Never mind, I do have videos of it in my YouTube channel, which I'm sure that if you reach now, that part, that you are part of my subscribers. Then if not, please don't forget to subscribe. Sadly, they already did it. I took so many videos of the Garden of Gethsemane. I'm not entering now the church. It's less important for me, the church. We are talking about water. And there's a wonderful thing that goes like that. שבתם מים בששון ממעייני הישועה. שבתם מים בששון ממעייני הישועה. מים, 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 ממעייני הישועה. מים, 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 מים. Water, water from the spring of salvation. מים, 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 מים. Spring of salvation. Oh, look at the kitty. water, spring of salvation. Then in that case, yeah, I'm saying Jesus because I got used to it, but yeah, I know that that the best or better way to say Yeshua, salvation, spring of salvation, spring of Jesus, spring of Yeshua. And we just we've been at the temple. Then you can see the temple in front of you. You can see the walls of the temple, the eastern wall of the temple, and the gate that you see is the Golden Gate. Remember the group of the Jews that were dancing and praying at the Golden Gate? That was the other side of it. And we talked about the corner of the eastern wall and the southern wall. That's where Jesus was judged by the devil, or tried by the devil. Then it was there. Let's continue. While we are looking at it and crying that we didn't see them harvesting the trees, but I'm not perfect, as you can understand. And another important thing is 42. Oh, no, 41. Others said, he is the Messiah. Still others ask, how can the Messiah come from the Galilee? What I didn't understand is that he was born in Bethlehem, but John didn't actually talk about it. John never mentioned Bethlehem as the place that Jesus was born in, but he mentioned the word once, and that's 42. Does the scripture say that the Messiah will come from David's descendants and from Bethlehem, the town where David lived? This is how he mentioned for the first and the last time the word Bethlehem. I'm talking about John. He didn't talk about his nativity there. He just told us that the prophet, the Messiah, cannot come from the Galilee area. What is still important at chapter 7 is that Nakdiminos is mentioned. And remember, he and Joseph of Arimathea gave Jesus his own tomb. And he said in 50, Nakdiminos, Nakdiman, who had gone to Jesus earlier and who was one of their number, asked, does our law condemn a man without first hearing him to find out what he has been doing? Let him speak before you are judging him. They reply, are you from the Galilee too? Look into and will find that the prophet does not come from the Galilee. Now they knew that he is from the Sanhedrin, he is from Jerusalem, and still he said it. And then they all went home. And remember, chapter 8 begins with that Jesus goes back to enter back the temple. Guys, it was a long video, but I think it was a very important video, at least for me. I hope that you will like it. If you reach that point, please just write it the minute you see now at the end of the video, and tell me that you saw it. I will bless each one of you. I will be happy to get some comments from you to know if I did something good or wrong. But it was very important for me to talk about that feast and the Jewish feast at the same time. It was a pleasure to be with you, but before that, you're the only tourist, and I'm talking to the people who actually saw everything. If you want to help or to support my channel, next to the like button, you will find a shape of a heart. It's called Super Thanks, and you can actually thank me from there. You're the only income of mine. And at the description, the text, you will find PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee links. Thank you for being with me in that, I think, amazing video. See you. Bye-bye.